Picture this. There you are, walking through a field of tall grass. The seed heads rhythmically brush against your blue jeans with every step. You look up, and in the distance is an old wooden barn sitting at the top of the hill. The warping of its faded wood has caused it to lean and tremble ever so slightly with the wind. As you get closer, you notice at your feet, nestled into the tall grass, is a faded, red, mud-caked Tickle Me Elmo doll. You laugh to yourself at how the single stuffed toy is all that remains of these once pervasive cultural icons. You walk through the threshold of the barn, and to your left immediately notice a large, heavy iron chain hooked to the wall. Your gaze follows its heavy links as they climb up to the ceiling, across the cobwebbed support beams, over a rusty pulley, and drape solemnly into the center aisleway. Attached to the end of the chain is a large, grease-laden engine block. This motor is hanging precariously above an awkward scene, a chestnut saddlebred horse standing precariously atop a large beach ball. The horse appears depressed, standing unenthusiastically with its head and neck lowered. You can see the outline of its ribs and scapula through a vacillating sea of twitching muscles, feverishly contracting to stabilize him upon this narrow, spherical platform. His legs, tucked beneath him, press into the surface of the beach ball, the ball itself a larger version of the one in Toy Story, a peripheral stripe of blue, upon a yellow ball, a red star painted in the center. You walk around this horse and notice that a finger-sized strip of muscle has been ripped away from the tail base. Fresh blood is still oozing from the site. At your feet you notice dark red drops. Fresh blood had mixed with gray-brown dust caked on the barn floor. You follow the trail of droplets to a microscope set up on a small wooden table in the middle of the aisleway. There's a fresh piece of muscle, its brick-red fibers a stark contrast to the pearly white microscope at its side. Just then you hear the desperate cries of a horse standing in the stall behind you. You whip around and you see another chestnut horse standing in the stall, staring longingly out the open barn doors behind you at the expansive open pastures. You look into his vapid eyes and notice a brown, mottled streaking, taking up just under half of the retina. He pauses at the stall door and lets out a mournful call of solitude, longing to be released from his imprisonment within this dilapidated barn. Equine motor neuron disease is a result of vitamin E deficiency, which is the Elmo doll, and causes a characteristic muscle weakness secondary to oxidative damage. Most readily, it's seen by a drooping head, muscle fasciculations, and the characteristic elephant on a beach ball stance. The diagnostic test of choice is a fresh muscle biopsy from the sacrocaudalis dorsalis muscle, or the muscle of the tail base. This condition is common in stalled saddlebred horses not able to graze on pasture. Just under 50% of horses develop a pathognomonic retinal pigmentation.